Welcome to Epic Discovery Center. Epic Discovery Center will be a children's museum for birth through age 18. So you are walking in to the new entrance. A little bit about the building. This is an old armory building, and so this was an addition. So our new entrance will have a gift shop. This will be closed off. We'll have a counter, of course. And over here we will have stroller parking and lockers for guests. And this area right here, right off of the entrance, is our donor wall of $100,000 or more. So any donations of $100,000 or more, we will have a special display that is to be determined as far as the design, but prominent display of those gifts. This is the main exhibit space. So this will be mainly for the children that are toddlers up to 10, 11 years old. It will have a variety of activities, magnetic, wind, building, so engineering, arts, a lot of different standalone exhibits will be here for the children to do a variety of hands-on learning activities. At the back of the space, you can see the big steel construction. There will be a very large climber that will have a second story netting on the back side, a big tube across the middle, and the netting so the kids can be above all of the exhibit space back there. And then there'll be another tube that comes up along the side here, and attached to that will be an amazing airwaves system where children on the floor of the exhibit hall can interact with people that are up in the tube through these airwaves. That scarves and things will be able to flow through the airwaves and kind of blow out. There's also a tornado slide that comes down from the middle-ish of the climber, and then on the far side of the climber, that's where there'll be a big feature for the kids to get up and enter into the climber. And then also over here along the middle of this far wall is a toddler space for those crawlers to have their own space where people will not be wearing shoes, and the floor and stuff will be padded, and it'll be a nice safe place for those toddlers to have their own fun. The museum has a second entrance at the south of the building, and this entrance will be for a couple different purposes. There's a nice big bus lane outside, and so buses for field trips will be able to drop off students into this space. They will then flow into this room over here where they can assemble and be instructed on the plan for the day. This south entrance is also for the children, let's say 12 and up. So the teens and preteens in our community spoke loudly when we did some study sessions, and they said that there is hardly anything in this town for tweens and teens. They need a safe educational environment to hang out with and to be a place to be after school and in the evenings. So that's what this is providing. So there are 4 different rooms, and I will talk to you about each room. So this, like I had mentioned, is the classroom where kids will come and have an assembly of sorts before going into the main exhibit area for field trips. We will also have speakers for the teens. The teens were very interested in have speakers come in and talk about different career options and things that they want to learn about. There will also be clubs, maybe like a chess club, things like that, where you need a lot of tables. So this room will have the most tables and chairs of all of the 4 rooms on the south end. And this room is considered the clean technology room. So things like iPads and computers, coding, Cricut machine, the 3D printers, things like that. So a lot of tech heavy things that we don't want in the sawdust and whatnot of the makerspace area. And over here at the end of this room is a state-of-the-art recording studio. So the students will be able to go in to the room, make a vlog, a podcast, make music, edit it. We'll have all of the software that they need to do all of those activities, and it will be an amazing addition and an asset for those kids who want to experience that kind of technology. And this room upstairs is the teens hangout space. We have assembled a group of teens called a Youth Advisory Council, and they have advised us on these spaces, what they want these spaces to look like, what they wanted these spaces to offer. And one of the things they wanted to see was a hangout space. So this space has nice carpet. It will have booths like a cafe because they wanted booths to sit at. There'll be high top tables. There will be some TVs at the end for them to watch things together or do video gaming, and then potentially a ping pong table or some kind of activity for them to do while they're hanging out in this space. And the fourth and final room upstairs, this is going to be an art studio. We heard loud and clear from our Youth Advisory Council that they want to do art. A lot of the arts have been taken out of the normal school day. They just really don't have access to do arts and crafts like they would want to. So this room will be filled with supplies for them to complete art projects. We will have classes where local professionals will come in and teach them different art techniques. We'll have potentially sewing machines, pottery wheels, things like that, easels, clay, all of the things that they can imagine and communicate to us and that we can afford to buy, we will buy so that they can create great art. And this is the mezzanine that overlooks the exhibit floor. So it's a nice balcony space where you can oversee what's happening. And there's also going to be some exhibits that interact from the floor to here with a building. Some blocks can go up the conveyor belt. They can be sent back down a chute. So kids on the main floor can have fun with kids up on the mezzanine and they can play together. So that will be a great time for those kids. Off of the main exhibit space, there are two birthday rooms, one here and one here. That way, children in the community that want a space to have a birthday, they have a room that they can have their birthday party in, and these rooms could also be booked for other activities during the day if somebody needs a small meeting room or something like that. And also off the main exhibit gallery is the makerspace. So there will be a storefront, a window storefront on this room, and then the children will be able to do hands-on activities within this room. Think woodworking, tools, or maybe a monthly challenge for the family, like building a pinball machine out of cardboard and rubber bands. All kinds of different programming and classes that can be offered out of the makerspace room. Epic Discovery Center will also have a cafe for grab-and-go items, some small kind of breakfast and lunch and dinner items for the people who are visiting. So this is the kitchen space. We are located within a large city park. This is the only building that sits in this park. And there will be able to have concessions for people who are in the park. Another feature of this park is a very large hill called Tornado Hill. A lot of people sled down it because where we are in Nebraska is flat. So it is the only place to do sledding. So kids, as they're sledding, they'll be able to come to the window and get some hot chocolate. Or if they're playing in the inclusive playground that's on the other side of the park, they can come and get some refreshments. So in addition to our concession window, we will also have seating here. So there'll be just some cafe seating, some tables and chairs within this cafe space for those people who want to enjoy refreshments while they're here. This is the new entrance that we created for Epic Discovery Center with a great feature that we call the bell tower. So a great architectural feature, a very welcoming storefront entrance. It's also, there's trains in Grand Island if you didn't know, but it is also right next to our new parking lot that we created. So a nice, safe transition for the children to come in to this side of the building for the young children as opposed to along the road. And here's the original entrance to the old Armory building, which we have now made into our south-facing teen entrance, as well as our bus lane right here that will allow buses to come and field trips to enter into this door as well. And it will end up with a much prettier, colorful entrance as well.